day. My name is Janice Macayan from BSN 1A, and today we were going to discuss about the use of antimicrobial agents to control microbial growth in vivo. So meaning we're going to focus on the microorganism that can be found inside our body. So, we have this term chemotherapy. So, chemotherapy refers to the use of any chemical drug to treat any diseases. So, hindi na usually chemotherapy din gagamit mga cancer patient. So, sila dito. So next is an chemotherapeutic agent. So an chemotherapeutic agent is any drug used to treat any conditions or diseases. So in here, bisan ano nga drug ang ginagamit to treat delicate like bisan ano a specific disease siya yung gagamit for treatment. So, and next is the antimicrobial agent. So, antimicrobial agents are a chemotherapeutic agents used to treat infections or diseases, either inhibiting or killing the microorganism. So, ini nga antimicrobial agent, under yahin chemotherapeutic agent wherein mga may categorization liwat inihiya. So, example ni an antibacterial, antifungals, antiprotozoals, and antiviral. So, ang mga antibacterial agents asya niraan mga drug that are used to treat bacteria present in our body. So, and commonly what an antifungal are drugs that are used to treat fungal infections, and antiprotozoal are drugs that used to treat mga protozoans infections, and antiviral agents are used to treat viruses. So, may dahil na antibiotics. So, antibiotic is a substance by a microorganism that is effective in killing or inhibiting the growth of other microorganisms. So, hindi nga mga antibiotic, usually, these were, ano ba ito? Bagat, ginkuha ha bacteria, so diba, gin-studyhan and bacteria, so, kumbaga, iniya, dito ginkuha ang bacteria para magkaada kitahin, kumbaga magkaadahin way para makill natin at yung specific na bacteria. So, na-shot. So, we have ideal qualities of an antimicrobial agent. So, the first quality of an antimicrobial agent is to kill or inhibit the growth of pathogens. So, ini nga mga agents nga mga antimicrobial, iranigin po buhat, it's either to kill or inhibit. So, kumbaga, kill is patayon talaga niraan bacteria or kung ano man itong microorganism. Well, an inhibiting is they are just going to bind in the receptors of a specific basta they will be the one that will accumulate to that specific area where the bacteria should be ano ba binding whatsoever. So next is it should not cause damage to the host. So dapat diri niya pag nagtaken mga antimicrobial agent, dapat diri maapektuhan ang host. Kumbaga kita ba anyuan. So bagat diri makukuan, madadaot. So adi pa next is it cause no allergic reaction in the host. So dapat waray side effects, mga allergic reaction nga mahinabungatuhan host cells. So next is be stable when stored in solid or liquid form. So dapat diba an iba nagpaka anong tawag ito nagpaka iba an medicine nagpaka saan tawag ba ito tira surot lang basta dapat ada maupay nga surod lang tas diri dapat diri ra magkukuanhan ang temperature required ira bagat dapat asya talaga kun para harap sugad mga ano ba nga medicine nga para harap ano ba sinanta sugadhan anti-tetanus. So usually adaya harap ni bubutang pero with a degree nga kinahanglan sundon. So sugad dito. So next is remain in specific tissues in the body long enough to be effective. So diba it medicine di man ito pagtulonda pag na-drink mo ya tas matumar mo na yan dahil man ito dali-dali dayon masaring ka nga mauupay ka dayon. So it takes time to be ano pa to kung ano iya function talaga kasi so gadit iba nga medicines nga takes 30 minutes para mga to kung ngayon man nila kay syempre ganda pagkadihatian nagda-digest pa man damo pataagian before natuhan before iya kumatuhan iya an specific organ or the target of that specific drug. So next is it should kill the pathogens before they mutate and became resistant to it. So asya adto so dapat kung ano talaga kung iya function or comparative niya so dapat amat to mapatay niya an bacteria or iya ma-inhibit and growth hato na microorganism before mag-mutate or before maging resistant and to iya nga bacteria or microorganism against that drug. So next is how microbial agents work. So paano nga ba inira work? So the first is the inhibition of the cell wall synthesis. So ini mga may antimicrobial agents. So pag take natin kung for example naton di ba it bacteria cell wall so di ba it nakakuha na ira anong tawag ito peptidoglycan made a peptidoglycan. So and bubuhaton hit usa nga antimicrobial agent is nagre-release man ang bacteria in 50 days. So kumbaga para ito nga specific para maging stable lagi an iya cell wall. So ang bubuhaton sa nga antimicrobial agent is it's either papatay niya or uunahan niya ato na enzymes sa nga bacteria nga to kun ngain man niya specific niya enzyme nga to para stop niya and iginhibit niya dito ang active site tapos para ma-stop and pag-develop han peptidoglycan. So syempre pag ma-stop ato so ma marurubaan sa wall, so the bacteria will die. So next is the damage to cell membrane. So same gihapon, so dapat pagkuan madadamage niya ang cell membranes. So the next is inhibition of nucleic synthesis. So nucleic synthesis amin ni dili an kanan dependihan bacteria kung RNA or DNA yan iya kuan. So kumbaga an usa nga antimicrobial agent or an drug iya bubuhaton is iya i-stop or iya i-slow ang growth han usa nga microorganism. So next is the inhibition of protein synthesis. So same magyapon ginihibit nila ang protein synthesis. So inhibition of enzyme activity. So sugad gyapon nato same lang kumbaga active site sugad 50 days. So ngayon man niya so ginhibitin niya sa nga drug so para dili niya makag-produce parahan kanang 50 dog like So next is the antibacterial agent. So ini yung mga antibacterial agent, they are the one that inhibit the growth of microorganism by competing with an enzymes to produce an essential metabolite. So inihira drugs inihira nga ginagamit siya to kill or out to inhibit or slow down the growth of microorganism inside our body. So, sample ini mga sulfa drugs, asyan era, functions. So, gada din na penicillin, and usually the gram-positive bacteria, asyan and peptidoglycan, yeah, they are gini-inhibit nila and pagkuanhan kanang peptidoglycan. So asya amay nila usually ginagamit pag sugad ang resultan usa nga laboratory is gram negative ay gram positive na bacteria. So an ikukuanhan ang doctor is penicillin in order to fight or kill that bacteria. So why not destroy human cells? Why not destroy human cells? Kay ano diri na-destroy ang human cells kung natumarin mga antimicrobial agents? Kaya because daw kita walay naton cell walls, cell membrane. So may dini two types, and narrow spectrum and broad spectrum. So narrow spectrum asya ni narrow spectrum usually inhira nga mga type sin ko is tira laging papatay it mga gram negative nga bacteria, while ang broad spectrum is both napatay rahin gram negative nga gram positive. So asya so may danya gin sa ring bacteriostatic and bactericidal. So in bacteriostatic one layer slowing or stopping or inhibiting the growth of that particular microorganism, while the bactericidal is a process wherein it's killing the microorganism so that it won't it stop the replication and dividing that microorganism. So next is the multi-drug therapy. So multi-drug therapy or two more drugs may be used simultaneously to kill all the pathogens and to prevent resistant hidden pathogen from emerging. So iniliwat nga multi-drug therapy. So bagat so diri lang ni from the word of multi, so diri lang usa nga drug ang ginagamit. So pwede ini duha nga drug dependihan han characteristic han usa nga bacteria so that para mamatay siya. So pwede ini ang ginsisaring nga for example sinian mga anti-TB drugs. So diba kung mapapansin niyo damot pag TB patient or may TB na patient may ada 4 drugs nga naging reseta iya. So those 4 drugs bagat amo to ang mga ginagamit for treatment han PTB. So usually rifampicin, isoniazid, ano pa to? Pyrazinamide and ethambutol. Yeah. So next is the synergism and antagonism. So ang synergism are the use of two antimicrobial agent to treatment and infectious diseases, and sometimes produces a degree of pathway killing that is far greater than achieved by either drug alone. So ini synergism the use of two drugs same hera nga kuan para mag-kilhin sa na microorganism. Sa same an era diri nagkukontra. While antagonism in opposite with the synergism, two drugs are prescribed that actually work against each other. So usually nangyayari ini pag an usa nga pasyente is nagpa-check up yan na. So let's say nagpa-check up yan na, then nagpa-check up pagkabuwas sa ibaliwat nga doktor. So syempre dili maaraman doktor nga at siya ngayon and history especially kung dili magsusumat. So bagat bangin anig order nga medicine han doktor is maging kumbaga maging antagonist kira with the one that prescribed by the other doctor. So asya it is very important to always be honest to your doctor. So next is those antifungal agents. So usually it irinigin bubuhat. They are interfering with sterol synthesis and blocking mitosis on nucleic acid synthesis. So ang mga fungal infection, so ang antifungal it iragin bubuhat is ginkukuan nila ang sterol synthesis nga to kuan han sa nga fungi pati an kana nucleic acid synthesis nila. And antiprotozoal agents liwats quite toxic to the host and the work. So may niya effect host cells. So it's interfering the DNA and RNA synthesis and the protozoal metabolism. So protozoan sa gintukan niya gininibit ang DNA and RNA synthesis nga nila protozoal metabolism. So next, an antiviral agent. So ini yan mga agents or drug that are used to kill viruses, but asya ini makuri niya mahimo kay because an usa nga virus is damo iba it virus, very unique kiya wherein asya iya characteristic in everyday nag-iba-iba. So ginkukurian it at mga scientist or mga virologist dyan mag-detect hit ta mga medicine against viruses. So asya to pinakauna nga na kuan nila kanan HIV nga agent. So nakahimerahin anti kanan HIV and gintatawag ini nila nga jaduvudin. So asya to. So the next is and sinasabi nga drug resistance, or we call the superbug. So ini yan nangyayari ini tungod nga ito sa nga pasyente, ito sa kasi nga antimicrobial agent is niya niya kung mapapansin niyo, if gin-order hiya is usually it should be taken 7 days or 1 week dependihan order ng doctor. So ang nangyayari kasi, what the patient do is if they feel better on the 3rd day or the 4th day of their medication, they will stop taking it, which is very wrong kasi we are just tickling the bacteria inside our body. So what will happen is they can do resistance, or they can make an enzyme that, or they can be resistant against that drug. So the next time you will be prescribed by that drug, it won't be effective anymore because the bacteria present is already resistant to that particular antimicrobial agent. So how bacteria become resistant to drugs? So some are natural resistant to a particular antimicrobial agent because they lack the specific target site for that drug. So may ada mga bacteria nga daan na resistant ito because waray manera binding site parahan ito nga particular drug. So diri na inhibit an era growth mechanism. So waray gamit ang drug adto nga specific drug era. So they can still live there inside and do their replication or whatever their business out there. So may pa ang sinisira nga intrinsic resistance. So iniya an antimicrobial agent or the drug cannot cross the organism cell wall or cell membrane that cannot reach the cytosol. So diri hiya nakakasulod nga tuhan cell wall or cell membrane usang microorganism. So diri niya na stop an function and growth mechanism usang bacteria. So next, may dalawa ang sinisang na acquired resistance wherein it is susceptible to a particular drug to become resistant to it. So kumbaga resistant na yang adto. adin mechanism man aton bacteria nga kung ano iya effect nga diha and drugs. So first is the chromosomal mutation that causes a change in the structure of a drug binding site. So tungodhan chromosomal mutation ang nangyayari. So nag-iiba ang binding site hana sa nga bacteria sa nangyayari ang drug dili na yung makakabind nga tuhan specific ditohan bacterial cell kay kasi kung nanon yan specific target so nag-iba naman so dili na yung makakakuan kay iba naman. Next is causes a change in cell membrane permeability. So mangyayari ha drugs dili na yung maamni cannot pass through the cell membrane and thus cannot enter the cell. Siya ninihan kanina nga dili yan na kakasulod nito. So kasi membrane may naman yung cell membrane permeability kung ano like kuan niya to selective selective permeability. Next is the acquisition of a gene that enables the bacterium to produce an enzyme destroy or not activate. So inihiya bacteria naghihimuyahin enzymes to fight against that drug nga aton gintake. So asya ito nangyayari ang drug na destroy or na inactivate by the enzyme. So next is acquisition of the gene that enables the bacterium to produce a multi-drug resistant pump. So kumbaga ini asya na inian nagkakadahan drug resistance or an multiple drug resistance. So asya mangyayari the drug is pumped out of the cell before it can damage it. So dili na yan makakasakob igagawas na leya or dili na niya kaya patayon ang cell. So ano ang B-lactamases? So it are enzymes that destroy the B-lactam ring produced by some bacteria. So inihiya ini nga B-lactamases di kang gyap iniha ha bacteria nga ginhimuhin nga ginkuha so that mapafight nato nan usa nga specific bacteria nga may ada niya structure in B-lactam ring. So asyad to. So iyat mabind niya tuhan an active site sa ka-enzyme bacteria in order to destroy this B-lactam ring. So there are two types of B-lactamases, the penicillinase and cephalosporinase and mga kuan ini. Kanan penicillin yan cephalosporin na. The next and ginsasaring nga combat. So these are the use of this is the combination of drugs containing a B-lactam antibiotic with a B-lactamase inhibition. So for example, sinihamad mga drug is the unacin and zocin. So what clinician and patient can do to help the war against drug resistance? So ano ba dapat buhaton hit? Usa nga pasyente nganit usa nga clinical or clinician to avoid nga para dili magka-add resistance against sa drug. So pinakasyahan, so education is crucial. So dapat every time a doctor will prescribe antibiotic, he or she should always educate or inform her or his patient that what are the side effects, what are the proper way of taking those drugs, and what are the disadvantages if they don't do it properly. So next is patient must stop demanding antibiotic every time they are sick. So dapat pag mapa-check up pasyente lawat ini, so dapat diri kay nagkasakit ka bisan hiranat lais antibiotic dahil ti maaroon ha doktor diri sugad kasi depende ito han result, depende tin laboratory result. So, mas maupay kung imo pa kay ana is kay ano ka reresetahan hin antimicrobials. So, that. So, next is the don't allow themselves to be pressured by patient. So, ang mga doktor liwat, so kung sugad man, mag-aaro hirahin mga antibiotics. So, dapat, diri ma-pressure ito sa mga doktor kasi they are the one who knows what's the best for the patient. Hina't maaram kung ano, kung ano ang kung ano ang results, kutas kung ano ang dapat ihatag ang patient. So, patient must take their antibiotic in the exact manner. So, asya ini, so dapat kung non-prescribed orders, so dapat susundon. Diri stop, diri lawat magpapanunog ra. So, patients should take all their pill even after they are feeling better. So, amot to, kung bisan, after 4 days, naging okay ka na, you should still finish the prescribed weeks or intake of those pills in order to be fully recovered. So next is patients should destroy excess medication and shouldn't. So, sugat, so dapat if patient, diri hiya magpipinanagwin mga antibiotic kay for in case next time magkasakit asya tiya tutumalon, which is wrong kasi diri ito talaga asya kay diri kita maalam iba it causes hit sakit. Maybe you and I have the same signs and symptoms, but maybe we have the different ano ba, different kung diin man itong particular na problem natin. So, next is unless prescribed, antibiotics should never be used in prophylactic manner. So, dapat diri bagat for prophylactic bagat for examples and mga to avoid diarrhea during airplane, may mga airplane kuan, so dapat diri gamiton unless prescribing imo doktor kay baka ka-trigger logo dito in diarrhea nimo, for example. So, next is health professional, or lastly, health professional must practice good infection prevention and control procedure. Frequent and proper hand washing is essential to prevent the transmission of it from one patient to another. So, asya to every time na garound sa doctor, so dapat they are also practicing hand washing and proper prevention of infection to avoid being a carrier of those different kind of diseases that may affect their patient. So, next is the empiric therapy. So, empiric therapy or initial therapy before the lab results are so iniya usually gimbubuhatin ni doctor bagat guessing iniya usa nga sakit hit patient, pero a doctor wouldn't prescribe any medication unless the result was out na. So, kumbaga, he will identify or make conclusion kung ano ba talaga it dapat ihatag niya, but wouldn't prescribe unless the result was out na. So, asya to so before before writing a prescription, may nakita nga din if the laboratory has reported the identify the pathogen, so I should not prescribe it hit doctor in medication pag may na result and laboratories. So, tapos consider gihapon the patient allergic to any antimicrobial agent. So, ang doctor, so it is always ask ER pala kung ano mga kung ito sa mga patient is may allergic reaction, pati gihapon pag nagahatag hini nga mga antimicrobial agents, may nagitagin sa nga test dose or skin test, so to avoid nga magkaroon allergic reaction. Tunod ang age of patient, so syempre ang dosage Tapos kung para elder is para elder nga mga dosage, tas kung para bata is para bata nga mga dosage ng medicine. The next is the for pregnant women. So may ada mga medicine that are not allowed for the pregnant woman to be taken. So it should be one of the factor before giving a prescription. So next is if the patient is in or outpatient. So inpatient, so drugs are din kukuha pharmacy and hospital, while an outpatient usually prescribe outside the hospital. So pwede na mga pharmacy. So next is inpatient. So site of infection. So ang site of infection, so kundiin kunhain dapit an infection. So next is other medication patient taking. So amay ni an kun always ask kung may ada mga tawag ini home medic ay no not home medication tawag ini and lifetime medication nga ni an era anong tawag ito basta like mga hypertensive kung hypertensive ang patient mga sorry papakyan or kung may recent kung kunwari na aksidente may recent naging tumor ng mga antibiotics that should be kay bangay maging costiya lugudhin in antagonism pag nag-order ano sa nga doctor. So next is other medical problem the patient have. So bangay may iba pang problema ang patient nga wari ka determine order lang nagsusumat ang patient. So dapat sagot is the patient leukopenic or immunocompromised. So, syempre, kita ang tagyapon ko ni patient able to to matumar ba at niya kung kaya ba niya, kaya pa ba niya immune system or bangin makadamage lalugod it iba lugod ng organ. So, next is cost of the various drugs. So, usually, it unbranded nga kuan nga medication is they have the same component, so mas maupay kun mga kuan nala an i-order kaysa mga mahal kaysa man lagyan pan error functions. So may nakita undesirable effects of antimicrobial agents. So the first is when organisms within the patient are susceptible to the agent. So, kung an organism, so, asya to. So, kumbaga, diri good ma, effect, iya na, bawat sabay. So, patient may become allergic to the agent, so, ang tumayin magkaroon allergic reaction, tapos, toxic to human. So, dependihan condition ng patient. So, bang kuan. Prolonged use of broad-spectrum antibiotic may destroy na normal flora in the mouth, intestine, vagina. So, pag too much use in mga broad-spectrum or kuan nga mga medicine, bangin masyado mapatay lugod niyan aton mga normal flora halawas which causes infection lugod kay masyado wari naman kita normal flora nga diya aton body. And that's all.